So let's meet our first couple of sporting legends, and please welcome AFL superstar Gary Ablett Jr. and AFLW star and Australian boxing champion Tayla Harris. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. Gary Ablett Jr. is one of the AFL's greatest ever players. He played 357 games, a 6 times best and fairest winner at 2 clubs, a 2-time Brownlow medalist as the best player in the competition, a member of the Geelong Football Club Hall of Fame. This elite midfielder has won 2 premierships and, as I said, is regarded by friends and opponents and teammates as an ornament to the game and everything that people love in Australian sport. Gary, it's a pleasure to have you here, mate.
I'm excited to be here.
And that's from a bloke who's had his heart broken by you so many times over the journey.
That's true.
Mate, we'll come back and have a chat about your charity and a few other things in a few moments' time, because I want to introduce an icon of Australian women's football, and that is AFLW star and undefeated professional boxer Tayla Harris. She was Carlton's leading goal kicker 3 years in a row, twice been awarded the Mark of the Year. She received All-Australian honours 3 times and has won Australian boxing titles concurrently with her football career in 2 different weight divisions. She's a proud role model for young women in sport. And as I said, what a role model she is too. Taylor, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's so good to have you guys here.
It's great to be here.
Hey, Gary, tell me about Compassion Australia, which is the charity you're playing for.
Yeah, great charity, Ed. I've been supporting Compassion for a couple of years now. My wife Jordan and I, we sponsor a couple of children through the Compassion program. We read a crazy stat that 385 million children around the world live in extreme poverty, and that just didn't sit well with us. And from there, we got in contact with Compassion. We knew the work that they're doing around the world, and we just said, you know, we'd love to support in any way, and so we went ahead and sponsored a couple of children, and we're also funding a project at the moment in Rwanda, building 21 safe houses for highly vulnerable children.
Good on you, mate.
Something we're passionate about, and we're going to continue that work.
And something you've also been public about is Levi, your son's illness. We've got some shots of you in the AFL hub. You took Levi out in your arms, and the kids of all the officials and players were out there having a kick of the footy up there in Queensland. Look at him running around there. It was just a beautiful experience watching you with your little son having his first kick of footy.
He's a beautiful boy, and he really is. And he's been a real blessing to both Jordan and I, and we love him a lot.
And how's he going?
Yeah, he's going okay. He's got a pretty serious condition, but we are seeing some improvement. The great thing about Levi is he's a very determined boy. He's always happy, and you know when he gets physio every day, and he's just as you can see there, he brings so much joy to our lives.
You're a wonderful person, and what a career you've had. And I must admit, it was one of the most amazing experiences to be in the forward pocket in the grand final. You snapped your shoulder, and I remember watching you go for the ball the next play, and that's where you did your shoulder. You went down, you went back to the goal square, went off the ground, obviously had a jab, came back onto the ground and went again. And I thought it was one of the most courageous things I've ever seen in football. I was so moved that was one of your final acts in football. And it was the bravery amongst the magnificent skill that you've shown over the course of your career. Good on you, mate.
Oh, I do appreciate that, Ed. It was, I mean, obviously playing in a grand final and being my last game, it was obviously upsetting to do an injury like that, but it was a real blessing that my boy Levi and Jordan got to come along and experience that, and that I got to play in a grand final.
And a standing ovation as you left the field from a team like Richmond who just won the premiership just shows what we all think of you. Taylor, now you're working for a charity called Our Watch, a national leader in the prevention of violence against women and their children in Australia, work to promote gender equality to stop violence against women from happening in the first place. Now, sadly, you were attacked online and you stood up to them, and you were fantastic the way you led the way, and your iconic kick, which has now been immortalised in a statue, but it stands for so much more, and we're so proud of everything that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I think it was a reaction. I just stood up for myself because that's what I would do. I'd stand up for myself or anyone else if I felt it was necessary.
Well, I'd love to get those trolls and just maybe get you to do that kick.
So would Dad, to be honest.
In a strategic position maybe, but that's for another day. Gary and Taylor, let's get stuck into it. Here's how the game is played. As if you need to be told how the game's played. 15 questions, safe levels at $1,000 and $32,000, all the way up to $1 million. I will give you 3 lifelines. We want you to win. You can ask the host. I'll do my best. Switch it out. If you don't like the question, I'll get you a new question. And 50-50 gives you the chance to get rid of 2 incorrect answers, leaving a 50-50 chance. No time limit. Take your time. We want to chat to you through the course of the night as well. And you can leave at any time. That's the thing. Have a look. Don't like the question. Work it out between yourselves. If you don't like it, take the money and run. Are you ready to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Let's go.
Well, let's go. Come on. Alrighty. Here we go. $100. A common term for a source of unknown trouble is Pandora's what? A, bag. B, box. C, bracelet. D, credit card.
We can safely go with the...
I wouldn't have thought it's a credit card. I'm pretty confident on B.
Yep.
Logging in Pandora's box. In it goes. Correct for $100. We're off to a good start. $200. Which of these is both a part of the human body and a part of a book? A, neck. B, spine. C, hip. D, shoulder.
Again, I think it's quite obvious. Spine.
Yep, locking back.
Happy with that, Gaz? In it goes. Spine's correct for $200. Well played.
I'm sure they're all this easy.
Hopefully.
That's for 200, not for 1 million, Taylor. $300. How many sides does an octagon have? A, 5. B, 6. C, 7. D, 8.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't. You can.
Gaz, what do you
I'm
reckon?
pretty confident I know.
What are you thinking,
It's definitely
buddy?
not 5 or 7. An octagon, I'm pretty sure, has 8.
Yeah. Yeah. This is my logic. There's an O there and 2 O's there.
It's funny how you second guess yourself when you're on the show.
Take your time. You knew it from the start. What are you going to lock in?
I think D. If you think so.
I'm pretty confident so.
Octa. Lock it in.
Yep.
Yep, look at it.
Octopus. How many arms in an octopus?
8.
8. Correct for $300. There you go.
Don't second guess yourself, Gary.
Exactly. Well done, guys. It is, guys. You guys play on instinct all the time. Go with your gut here.
It's easy when you're on the couch, Ed.
5 for a pentagon, 6 for a hexagon, 7 for a heptagon. Okay, $500. An intense burst of radiation from the sun is commonly known as a solar what? A, surge. B, flare. C, boom. D, kick. A solar surge, a solar flare, a solar boom, a solar kick.
So
Have a
would
think of
say
it.
it's
An
between-
intense burst of radiation. Boom.
I think we can have D out.
Yep.
Surge and boom.
Surge, flare, boom, kick. So a solar surge, a solar flare, a solar boom, or a solar kick.
I'm thinking it's B.
I think it's B as well. Solar flare.
Lock it in.
Oh, I'm nervous. You don't want to go out this early.
So am I.
There we go.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
Yeah, well,
Lock it in. Lock in.
Why are you hold? Why? Stop.
Ed, you're making me nervous.
What is it?
Solar flare is correct for $500. Solar flares, difficult to see with the naked eye because we require looking directly at the sun. But yeah, solar flares, there you
I
go.
haven't really heard of that.
All right, we're going to take a break. We are one question off $1,000, first safe level, right after this. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Sports Stars Special. Welcome back to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Sports Stars edition tonight. Gary Ablett and Taylor Adams, two of the great superstars of Taylor Harris. What did I say? Taylor Adams plays for Carlton.
Don't know where you got that from.
Taylor Harris, sorry, Taylor. Let's get stuck into it for $1,000. This is the first safe level. Here it comes. In the Crocodile Dundee film series, what is the title character's real first name? A, Bill. B, Jim. C, Mick. D, Craig.
I'm pretty confident it's C.
Yes. What's his last name? Do you know?
Dundee.
No.
Crocodile
Isn't
Dundee
it in real
series.
life?
Oh, what is
No,
the title
no,
characters?
in the movie.
Characters real. Oh, the. Okay.
In the movie.
Okay. I'd like to look in C.
Lock in C.
Lock in C. Crocodile Mick Dundee, correct for $1,000. There it is.
We got there.
Jay
We
Dundee.
got there.
I don't even know if I watched.
Yeah, the great Michael J. Dundee. All right, let's go for $2,000. We've got a grand in our pocket, nothing to lose here. This is a free hit for
Here we go.
$2,000. 3 lifelines, you're in good shape. Owing to a long-held superstition, Shakespeare's Macbeth is often referred to as the what play? A, Scottish. B, funny. C, really long. D, you know what?
What are you leaning towards?
Well, I feel that Scottish seems like the one that makes sense.
The obvious one, yep.
But it's not always.
What are you going for, Gaz? What do you think?
I think the Scottish as well. It is a really long play, but... Well, let's lock an A then.
All right. Hey.
Macbeth sounds Scottish to me, doesn't it?
Lock it in.
Yeah, because there's an old superstition to not use the name Macbeth. So they call it the Scottish play for $2,000. There it is. Yeah, so dating back to the play's first ever performance in the 17th century, it was considered bad luck to say Macbeth or to quote lines from it while inside a theatre unless rehearsing a production of it. Outside a theatre, the curse has no impact. So they refer to it as the Scottish play. $4,000.
Obviously.
You knew that.
Yeah.
Don't You Worry About That is the title of a 1990 memoir by which of these political figures? A, John Howard. B, Bob Hawke. C, Joe Bjelke-Peterson. D, Pauline Hanson. 1990 memoir. Don't you worry about that.
I wouldn't have thought it was Pauline because she's normally worried about things. So maybe she could be out. What year was
think-
Johnny Prime?
Through the 90s.
Yeah, so he's could be.
1990.
No, that's a bit early maybe. Could it be Bob Hawke? Or he was too early?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think it's C.
Got lifelines?
What do you think?
I think we should use a lifeline.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll
Let's
use
use
a
one.
lifeline.
All right, we're going to go. Which one?
You can choose.
Can we ask Eddie?
All right. Ask the host. Okay. Just remember, you play for Carlton and you put us out of a grand final, okay? So I might just fix you both up once and for all. Okay, here's what I think. Don't you worry about that. Was a bit of a catch cry for the former Queensland Premier Joe Bjelke-Peterson.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
there we go.
So we would have got that
is my
wrong.
final answer.
Okay.
We'd like to lock in C.
Lock it in. Correct for $4,000.
Good decision. Thank you, Ed.
That's all right, mate. The total came from a well-known catchphrase of the former Queensland Premier. I've got a little bit of age on my side on that one. He was in office for 19 years between 1968 and 1987. The old peanut farmer from Kingaroy up there in Queensland. Of course, Lady Flo Bjelke-Peterson was a senator as well. And there you go. $4,000. This is for $8,000. Which of these Western Australian towns is southernmost? A, Albany. B, Geraldton. C, Esperance. D, Fremantle.
Do you know WA very well?
Not very well, but I don't think it's Fremantle.
Albany, Geraldton, Esperance, Fremantle.
This would be a complete guess for me.
Same.
You've got the 2 lifelines. You can flick this out if you want and get a new question, or use a 50-50.
I reckon we go a new question.
Okay.
Yep.
Second lifeline used. We're going to use the switch. We'll get rid of it. If you're going to have a pin, what would you have gone for? Just
C.
A.
answer is A, Albany. Get rid of it. New question comes in. 50-50 still in play. In the standard game of Scrabble, there are a total of how many blank tiles?
Do you play a bit of Scrabble?
Wouldn't Anna pop every now and then?
Okay.
A1, B2, C3, D4.
The reason I'm not thinking 3 is because there's 4, or 1, because there's 4 little things, because you can set up for 4 people.
4 people.
Yep.
So I would think 2 or 4.
Got a 50-50 if you need it.
All right, let's use the lifeline. Let's go with
Lifeline?
50-50. Yep.
Lifeline up again, go. 50-50, gets rid of 2 incorrect answers. You're thinking 2 and 4. What's left?
I think it's 2.
So here's the question. Do you want to lock one in or do you want to take 4,000?
I don't know. I'm leaning towards C now.
Got to work it out between you now. Which one are you going to lump on?
Why do you think C?
I don't know when it took the two other answers away. 3 was just standing out to me for some reason.
What are you going to do? Do you want to have a go?
I think we should have a go.
Yes.
We've decided we're having a go.
We're having a crack.
Okay.
Are you really feeling 3?
Yeah, I'm feeling 3. But then again, I don't want to be the one to get it wrong.
Neither do
don't worry
I.
about that. Don't worry about that. Someone's got to take the shot sometimes,
I'm
Kes.
feeling 3. All right, let's lock in C.
Okay.
All right, we're going for...
C.
Oh, he's doing the mouth.
Ed, don't do this.
2.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Oh, you did the mouth. I can tell. God damn it.
We tried.
Hey, you did well. Hey, you've won $1,000. Congratulations. The money going to Compassion Australia and also to Our Watch. Tayla, good luck with everything you're doing, the
Thank
boxing
you.
and your footy. Gary, thanks for a lifetime of memories and thanks for being part of our show.
No
buddy.
worries, Ed. Thanks
Been
for having us.
a pleasure to have
Thanks,
you.
Sorry,
Tom.
We'll take a
Very
break.
sorry.
Gary Ablett Jr. and Taylor Harris have finished up. Guess who's coming up next? A couple more champions right after this on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?